everyone. Welcome back to Fluent Vibe Podcast. I'm Ria.
And I'm Ethan.
If you've ever understood English perfectly, but suddenly frozen when it was your turn to speak, then today's episode is for you.
And if you've ever looked at someone speaking English confidently and thought, how are they so confident? Then stay with us, because today we're exploring the science behind confidence.
Not motivation, not fake positivity, not pretending. Real science, real psychology, and real strategies.
Because confidence isn't magic. It's actually something the brain learns.
So grab your headphones, relax, take a slow, deep breath, and let's begin. A soft intro music fades out. Ethan, let me ask you something. Why do some people sound confident even when their English isn't perfect?
That's a great question. And the answer surprises most people. Confidence doesn't come from perfect English.
Really?
Absolutely. In fact, many confident speakers make grammar mistakes all the time.
Then where does confidence come from?
From familiarity, from repetition, from experience, and from how the brain interprets risk.
That's interesting.
Think about driving a car. The first time you drive, your heart races, your hands feel tense, and your brain notices every little detail.
Because everything feels unfamiliar.
Exactly. But after months of driving, you become comfortable. Not because the road changed, but because your brain changed.
So speaking English works the same way?
Almost perfectly. When English feels unfamiliar, the brain sees it as a challenge, and challenges often create anxiety.
That's why people suddenly forget words during conversations.
Exactly. The brain enters a stress response.
And what happens then?
The thinking part of the brain becomes less efficient. Heart rate increases, breathing becomes shallow, and suddenly, simple words disappear.
Wow, so people aren't forgetting English, they're experiencing stress.
That's right. And understanding that changes everything.
Because it means they're more capable than they think.
Much more capable. Many learners believe, I can't speak English. But the truth is often, I can speak English, but anxiety is interrupting my performance.
That's a huge difference.
It really is. Because once you understand the problem, you can start solving it.
So what's the first step?
The first step is changing your relationship with mistakes.
Many learners hate making mistakes.
And that's exactly why they stay nervous, because they're trying to avoid something that's necessary for growth.
Just like learning to ride a bicycle.
Exactly. Nobody learns perfectly. Nobody learns without mistakes. And nobody becomes fluent without sounding awkward sometimes.
I think many listeners need to hear that.
Definitely, because perfection is the enemy of confidence.
Wait, can you explain that?
Of course, when people try to speak perfectly, their brain starts monitoring every word, every sentence, every pronunciation.
And that creates pressure.
Exactly. The more pressure you create, the harder speaking becomes.
So confident people aren't perfect?
They're comfortable being imperfect.
That's powerful.
And it's supported by psychology. Research consistently shows that repeated action builds confidence faster than repeated thinking.
Meaning speaking builds speaking confidence. Thinking about speaking doesn't.
So waiting until you feel confident is a mistake.
A very common mistake.
Confidence usually follows action, not the other way.
And maybe that's the message someone listening needs today. You don't need confidence before you start. You build confidence by starting.
One conversation, one sentence, one attempt at a time.
So if confidence comes after action, why do so many people keep waiting?
Because waiting feels safe. The brain loves safety, even when safety prevents growth.
That's interesting.
Think about it. If you never speak English, you never make mistakes. If you never make mistakes, you never feel embarrassed.
But you also never improve.
Exactly. Growth always requires a little discomfort.
So confidence isn't the absence of fear.
No, confidence is acting despite fear.
I think that's something many English learners misunderstand.
Definitely. People imagine confident speakers feel no anxiety, but that's rarely true.
Really?
Absolutely. Many confident speakers still feel nervous. The difference is they continue speaking anyway.
That's powerful.
And every time they survive a conversation, their brain collects evidence.
Evidence that says, I can do this.
Exactly. And over time, that evidence becomes confidence.
So confidence is actually learned.
Yes, just like any other skill.
Let's talk about another common problem, overthinking.
Ah, yes, one of the biggest enemies of fluency.
Why do people overthink while speaking English?
Because they want to avoid mistakes, but ironically, overthinking often creates more mistakes.
How?
Because conversations move quickly. When you're busy analyzing every word, you can't fully participate.
It's like trying to dance while analyzing every step.
Exactly. The more you analyze, the less natural you become.
So what's the solution?
Trust simple English. Many learners know far more English than they actually use.
That's true.
Simple English is better than silent English.
100%. And honestly, native speakers use simple language all the time.
Exactly. Fluency isn't about difficult words. It's about clear communication.
Another thing I've noticed, many learners compare themselves to others.
And comparison destroys confidence.
Why?
Because you're comparing your beginning to someone else's years of practice.
That's unfair.
Very unfair. Every fluent speaker was once a beginner. Every confident speaker was once nervous. Every successful learner once struggled.
That's comforting.
Because progress is normal, struggle is normal, and mistakes are normal.
Let's talk about something practical. What can listeners do today to build confidence?
Great question. First, speak English for 5 minutes every day.
Even alone?
Especially alone. Describe your room. Describe your plans. Talk about your day.
Simple but powerful.
Second, stop apologizing for your English.
Wow, that's a good one.
Many learners start every conversation by saying, "Sorry, my English is bad."
I've heard that many times.
And that immediately lowers confidence. Instead, focus on communicating.
Not perfection.
Exactly. Third, celebrate small wins.
Such as?
A successful conversation, learning a new phrase, speaking without translating.
Those small victories matter.
More than people realize, because confidence grows from evidence, and every small success becomes evidence.
You know, I think many listeners underestimate how much progress they've already made.
I agree. If you're listening to this podcast in English right now, you're already learning. You're already improving.
And that's something to be proud of.
Absolutely.
So let's remember today's biggest lesson. Confidence doesn't come before speaking.
Confidence comes from speaking,
It comes from action,
from practice,
from repetition.
from being willing to make mistakes.
Because every confident English speaker you admire started exactly where you are now.
Unsure, nervous, and still learning.
But they kept going.
And so can you.
Thank you for spending this time with us today.
We hope this episode helped you understand the science behind confidence.
And more importantly, we hope it helped you believe in yourself a little more.
Because confidence isn't something you're born with.
It's something you build, one conversation at a time, one sentence at a time, one day at a time.
I'm Ethan.
And I'm Ria. And this is Fluent Vibe Podcast. Keep learning, keep speaking, and keep growing.